Hi, Yogi. Good morning. My name is Rebecca. I'm a teacher here at Sage. We are going to go through some breathing exercises, breath work, if you will, which in the yoga language is known as pranayama. Prana means life force or vitality. Ayama means restraint or control or to lengthen. So when we control our life force, we're better able to breathe, to calm our nervous system, to help the body purify. So it's a wonderful thing to incorporate to your physical practice of yoga, because you also want to be able to tap into this life force, this deeper work of just trying to bring the body and the mind together in one through breath. And this is a wonderful practice to have either before or after your practice. So let's try some. So for all pranayama exercises, I recommend that you're in a very comfortable seat. Sometimes if you're a regular yoga practitioner, you feel that you can sit comfortably on the ground with your legs crossed. However, I always recommend that you are a little bit higher, whether on a bolster or a meditation cushion. Just having the hips a little bit higher than the knees allows you to be a little bit more relaxed into the hips and allowing for your spine to be long, because we want to give the lungs enough space to be able to move freely in all of these exercises. That being said, this exercise that I'm going to show you is known as the Kapalabhati breathing, which is also known as the skull shining breath. Now, it's known as skull shining because it brings a lot of clarity to the frontal cortex of the mind. It'll bring you a lot of sense of clarity. Now, this one, I have several recommendations for you. One, try to do this one in the morning and not towards the evening time, because it's a very energetic breath and it will bring a lot of stimulation to the body. So then if you do it later on in the day, it may interrupt in proper sleeping patterns. Other things that you need to take into consideration: please do not practice this breath if you are pregnant, if you have high blood pressure, or if you have digestive issues. That being said, with this breath, we are going to take a very long, deep inhale. And then as you're inhaling, you need to let your abdominal region get loose. And then you're going to pump your diaphragm. You're going to pump your lower belly to have a forceful exhale. And then you'll have a short passive inhale between each of those exhales. You will do 10 rounds, then we will stop. We will breathe normally. I want you to take that time in the pauses to observe how you're feeling, observe the way your mind is working. And remember, pranayama, we're trying to control and restrain our life force. So what is that life force that you are bringing in? What is it showing you about your body, about the state of your mind? So to begin, we take a long, deep inhale and we let the abdominal region get soft. And then short exhales, pumping the stomach with short passive inhales. Take a long, deep inhale. Slowly exhale through the nose. That was one round. Let's try and go through 3 rounds together. Again, we're reassessing, we're observing. And then here we go for round 2. Take a long, deep inhale, belly gets soft. And sharp exhales. That was 10. Inhale. And slow exhale. If you become dizzy at any time, please stop and resume natural breathing. However, When you're doing several rounds, it's normal to feel sort of overall tingling through your body. For this third round, let's try and do 20 and pick up the pace a little bit. Take a long, deep inhale in. Sharp exhales. Inhale. Slow exhale. Breathe normally and observe. Let's go for another round of 20. Long, deep breath in. And begin pulsing. Inhale. Slow exhale. This is a good breath work to do, good pranayama exercise to do before an invigorating yoga practice. If you know you have a demanding day in front of you and you need to energize yourself, let's do one final round together. Long, deep inhale. And 20 pulses. Breathe in. Breathe out. Observe. You can continue taking more rounds if you'd like. Just try to not do this exercise for more than maybe 5 minutes. It will get a little bit too oxygenated and you'll start hyperventilating. And that's the opposite of what we want to do. We want to be in full control of our breath work all the time. This breath exercise that we're going to do together is known as the Ujjayi breath. It's the most common and popular one in yoga studios. You've probably heard it mentioned in class. This is also a pranayama that you can do seated in a meditative posture, or you can incorporate to your physical practice. Most other pranayama exercises are not meant to do during the physical practice of yoga, but this one is. So Ujjayi means the victorious breath. It will also sound like ocean waves, if you will. It's a very soothing and calming breath where it again brings body and mind together to work in unison, because sometimes body and mind are not always in sync with each other. Now, a way to practice this breath, if you're brand new to it, is you would lift your hand and pretend that it's a mirror. And you want to fog the mirror, like if you were going to draw a happy face for a friend or a loved one. So you have to have a slight constriction in the back of the throat. So when you're going to fog a mirror, you would go, so you want to recreate that sensation, but with the mouth closed. So you would inhale. So you can hear it. It makes that same sound, but with the mouth closed. When you inhale, you will have that same constriction. So a good way to practice it is, again, pretending your hand is a mirror. You've already fogged the mirror and you're trying to bring that condensation back into your throat. So you would, again, you need to have that same constriction of the throat. You would do that now with the inhale and your mouth closed. And then exhale. Now, these also are the exercises where inhale and exhale almost blend into each other. Sometimes there's a tendency to have a little jump or a little push when you're going to exhale. So it would sound a little like, we want to avoid that little jump. You want to make it smooth like the ocean waves rolling in and rolling out. So let's try a few rounds just to get our kind of understanding of the constriction of the throat. Let's have a few practice rounds using your hand and with the mouth open. So you would inhale, fog the mirror, and then bring the condensation back in. Now try and do that same sensation, but with your mouth closed. So notice there's no jumping or forcing the inhale or forcing the exhale, and I'm working on having them blend into each other. So if you're doing this as just full pranayama and you're not using it in your yoga practice, find yourself in a comfortable seat. Let your hands rest comfortably on your lap. Have a gentle closing of the eyes. And then you can begin at any time, just drawing that long inhale with constriction of the throat. And exhaling the same way. The length of each one is completely up to you and your capacity. Just try and keep that constriction. Notice how the sound helps soothe the mind and your whole body will become calm and relaxed. Notice that the body slows down. Your shoulders should have felt a little bit of ease. The mind slows down. Whenever you feel that you're ready to stop, stop after the exhale. Resume your natural breath. And as always, every pranayama exercise invites you to observe. Observe the sensations in the body. Observe the workings of the mind. And after a calming breath like this, like the ujjayi, maybe bringing the hands in front of you and rubbing your palms together so the friction creates heat. Then you want to transfer that heat onto your eyelids. So you'll place your warm palms over your eyelids. Have another moment of introspection. And then allowing the hands to gently come down and slowly opening the eyes. This exercise that I'm going to show you is known as Nadi Shodhana. Nadi means channel. We have many channels in our body, both physical and energetic. On our left side is our female energetic channel, known as our Ida channel. It's cooling, it represents the moon, our intuitive side. Our right energetic channel is known as the Pingala, and it represents our male energy, our fiery energy, the sun. So this is, and Shodhana means purification. So we're going to purify our energetic channels, both left and right, bringing both of these energies to be matching in how they relate to each other. It's also known as alternate nostril breathing. And it's rather simple. It doesn't require too much effort, as some pranayama exercises may be a little bit more advanced. This one, anyone can do. The way you begin is you lift your right hand and you want pointer and middle finger turned in. So you can place your right thumb on the outside of your right nostril and your right ring finger on the outside of your left nostril. When you do this exercise, it's recommended that your eyes are closed, but even though they're closed, you're going to try and look in between your eyebrows in what's known as your third eye. So to prepare, you bring your hand up, and when you cover your nostrils, be gentle. You don't need to cause too much aggravation to the nose, as that will maybe get the mind going, and what we're trying to is calm the mind and the energies. So lifting your hand up, place the fingers gently on the outside of your nostrils. Take a deep inhale through both. With your right thumb, gently cover the right nostril and exhale fully on the left. Inhale fully on your left side. Cover with your ring finger, let go of your thumb and exhale. Inhale. Cover, and then you move again to the left side. Close your eyes. Try and focus your eyes on your third eye. And we want to have the breath be as fluid as possible, almost where you don't notice when the inhale ends and the exhale begins. If at any point during the exercise you notice that it's harder to inhale through one of your nostrils, we actually breathe dominantly through one nostril every 90 minutes. So if you practice one time and it's hard to inhale through your right nostril, you may notice that the next time you do it, it may be more difficult on the left side, and that is absolutely normal. You want to avoid straining, and just if it's a little bit more difficult, be a little bit more gentle on the side that is giving you a little bit of trouble. Now, when it's time to finish this exercise, we began through the right side, so we will end on the left side. So the next time you exhale fully on your left side, inhale again, and then gently drop your hand back down to your lap. Exhale through both nostrils. And take a moment to observe. If you found this one to be particularly calming, you can do anywhere between 2 to 3 rounds, taking a gentle pause, observing yourself between each one. I want to thank you for taking the time to join me today and learning about these breath exercises. Like anything in life, your physical practice, your meditative practice, the pranayama practice is also something that requires dedication. It requires time. Be patient with yourself, especially the Kapalabhati breathing. That one can take a while to fully understand the movement of the stomach, to not feel dizzy. I just want you to try and have a few moments every day, anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes, dedicated to your breathing exercises. And over a certain amount of time, it will have a profound effect on your life. You can always find us here on the YouTube channel for Sage, and I hope you come and practice with me again soon. Thank you so much. Namaste.